right, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, everything in between, we are coming at you live. Now, I'll tell you what, first video, exciting moment, and a tricky and a challenging one, I'll say. So, to anyone doing this, to anyone watching, please do not do it and try to set up while driving. I'll be the first to admit that I just did that, and I should not have been. A good little turn here. I'm out here fumbling around. I got this damn thing in my hand. I got the DJI in my hand. I got the Crown Royale is not alcohol. It's just a bag for the camera itself. But boy, oh boy, that was a bit tricky. Hopefully the audio is working okay too. Couldn't get the noise cancellation going perfectly. The NVH on this car, driving a 22 BRZ, absolutely love it. Nimble, flickable, a ton of fun. Is a little loud at times. I've thought about taking off the door panels, adding some dampening. Curious what other people have done out there. Nonetheless, why am I here? Why do I have a camera strapped to my head? I'm driving to work. Borderline going to be late now. It'll inherently be a spirited driving video as a result, but what is the objective and what am I up to? Why do we need another guy with a camera strapped to his head babbling? Well, there's a few good reasons. Why don't you sit down and I'll tell you why. Oh, good coffee. The AI slot monsters. They're out there, and they're on YouTube nowadays, unfortunately, which to me really sucks, right? There's a couple solid finance videos. Holy crap, is that like a foundry over there? Do you see the smoke billowing out of that hill? That looks like a ski hole. That right there is a Midwest black diamond, if I've ever seen one. But yeah, nonetheless, the AI slot monsters are out there. And it's unfortunate because I was going to watch a finance video the other day, and it was talking about different taxable strategies with an LLC versus an S Corp versus a C Corp, etc., etc. Oh, I cannot make that turn. Gonna have to pull a U-ey. And that says no U-turns as well. Wow, guess I'm not the first guy to screw up this rodeo. Let's do it here. No po-po behind me, none in front. How you doing? Get the back end. Can't get the back end out in this car. Not enough power, that's for sure. But nonetheless, the AI slot monsters. So I was watching this video on all the taxable strategies, and it's like, dang, it's awfully monotone. That sounds a bit weird. Then I was watching another one on silver and gold, the price action that it's been having over the crazy past few months with what's been going on. And it was the same thing. Monotone guy, pretty solid content, but you go to track him down, he's got, one video pretty much about this topic out there. And it's one thing to use it as a information sharing and resource gathering and, refining your mental models. I love that, support that, and use it frequently. But to just make entirely AI content videos is a whole nother story that I'm not necessarily aligned with. It'll be quite the shakeup, I think, for YouTube production, etc., in the years to come as things change. It's around the sunnies. Gooder, by the way, not sponsored by these guys, probably because I have 0 views and 0 subscribers at this point in time, but great cheap sunglasses. So that's one thing, is, more good content, given the fact that, I think there's a bit of a degradation with what we're seeing right now. You turning, buddy? I'll turn too. Let's cut it up. Another thing is I want to document my mental model and my journey as I go on throughout life. I'll say I was watching a video. It was It was an analysis from Diary of a CEO. And the guy, I don't know if you guys have watched Diary of a CEO. It's pretty self-explanatory with the title, but the gentleman making the video was essentially saying, hey, I think that this guy's a bit of a fraud, and he mainly focused on survivorship bias. And if you're not familiar with what survivorship bias is, it's essentially a study, I believe it came from World War II, and it said, we only focus on, I'm going to turn this off for you guys. It was all these planes that were coming home from World War II after some longer overnight missions. and they survived, right? And it focused, and all the press, the media, the surgeons and generals, everyone was saying, oh my gosh, how did you do it? Tell me, what was your strategy to not get shot down? And the issue is that you have a strong bias towards those individuals that survived, right? We don't hear and we don't account for the people that didn't make it home. They could have done the exact same routine, the exact same thing, and they yielded very different results. And this is 100% true. Why are you going so slow? You look like you haven't had your coffee yet. Oh, now you're going to speed up? Jeez. Welcome to Michigan, ladies and gentlemen. And the main fundamental issue that he was pointing out is to say, we can't just focus on the good and the people that have won. That's unfair. They get validation throughout their routine that they've done it right, that they're the best, etc. And I would argue against that point. Yes, there is survivorship bias. Yes, we're only getting the morning routines, the cold plunges, the sunlight, all the modern shebangs nowadays from the people who have made it. But you'd be lying if there wasn't an element of their success in their routine which came as a result from it. So sure, we're going to do many things on this channel. We're going to fail many times, but we have a growth mindset here. Everything is an opportunity to learn. And with that, the systems that you put in place, you will fall to. You will not rise to your goals. And that's what's important for me, is we will iterate upon the systems, we'll go through the thought process of what I was thinking at that time, and we'll compare and contrast, and follow me on this journey to success. And success is already achieved, right? I'm happy. I got a job, I got a car, beautiful girlfriend, healthy family. And I'll say it's more of a mindset. Success is a mindset. Another one too is that I want my kids to have the ability to look back and think, how was dad thinking? How was mom thinking? What were their thought processes at this point in life? What were they scared about? What were they confident about? Where did they fail? Because again, we're going to document the good, the bad, everything in between. And that is what I want to focus on, so that it's a good lesson learned. It's a good timestamp. You see the world. The world will look very different in 20 to 30 years when my kids are going to be watching this possibly. And I think even that will be an interesting archive into history. But also to focus too on who am I and the background of, am I qualified? If so, why? And what I'll say is I'm an engineer. I've got a kick-ass job working in automotive companies. I've had a variety of different fun roles. And I'm an investor, an entrepreneur, I'll say. Cheeky. And I do real estate on the side too. So I've got a couple commercial properties. I'm working on starting up a self-storage business with my buddy. I've got a real fun W-2 in which I'll be taking and driving a lot of different vehicles, as I'm sure you guys will see. And I know a thing or two about a thing or two, but I definitely don't know a lot. So we'll learn together, I'll learn from you guys, and we'll see where we go from there. Thank you guys, and peace.